Alright, welcome back guys, or welcome if this is your first time here. I'm Vision here with Skybound Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be doing my Image Comics August 2019 solicitations. So if Image Comics is something you're interested in, or comics in general is something you like, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way to miss more future comic content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Now, as always, we're going to start off with my honorable mentions of the month. Now, for this month's honorable mentions, we got Crowded, Gogar, Hit Girl, Ice Cream Man, Kick-Ass, Postal Deliverance, Rumble, Sea of Stars, Section 0, Space Bandits, Thumbs, and The Leatherman. Now, these are just books that aren't as popular for me as some of these other books on my list, or I just haven't read them yet, like Gogar or Sea of Stars, Thumbs, stuff like that. I haven't read all of these books yet, or they haven't just started yet, so they're on here just as honorable mentions. That they sound interesting, and some of them are interesting. They're just not grabbing me the same way as some of these other books on this list are. But let's get into the main books I'm excited for the month of August. First up, we got Analog issue number 6. Now the synopsis for this issue reads: Moving Targets Part 2. Jack is on the move through Texas, hostile territory on behalf of the Japanese, and if that's not weird enough, now he's lugging a boombox containing secrets worth killing for. What will kill Jack first? Algorithms, Hitman, or whiskey? Now, I really like the first volume of Analog. It was one of my favorite books, and I'm excited to see where they take it. The first volume was pretty much set up. Now we're going into some more interesting stuff, and I can't wait to see where they take this moving forward. I think it's got great potential. It's already been picked up for, I think, a movie deal, so definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's one of my favorite books right now, and I highly recommend it. It's very good, and as for the cover, it's pretty cool. The pink background, not crazy about, but I still think this is a pretty cool cover, and I can't wait to see what they do with the story moving forward. So we got Criminal issue number 7. Now the synopsis for this issue reads: The best monthly comic on the market keeps the hits coming. Young Ricky Lawless and Leo from Criminal Volume 1, Coward, take the spotlight this issue as the epic story of the death of Tag Lawless continues. Now, I'm still a few issues behind, so I don't really know what's going on with this book right now, but I've enjoyed the first 2, and I'm excited to see where they take this. I actually do kind of like this cover. The 2 kissing in the cover is a little bit off-putting. I kind of prefer if they hadn't put that there, but I do like the, what is it, the tan or teal figure in the background. I really like how that is. That's a really cool contrast to the black background. I really like that. Other than that, it's just the 2 of them kissing. Just feels a little bit forced and off-putting to me. But overall, I really like the cover, and I'm interested to see what they do with this book. Next, we got Die issue number 6. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads: Split the Party, Part 1. Forget escaping Die. Half of the heroes can't even escape the remains of Shattered Glass Town. Is there any way out? Of course there is. It's just whether or not you can pay the price. Now, I actually just finished the first volume of this the other day, and I gotta say, they set up some good, interesting story plot lines, possibly, and I'm interested to see where they take this. This isn't probably on the top of my list of favorite books, but it's definitely in the middle, where it's not on my honorable mentions list, but it's not like one of my favorite all-time books. It's in the middle, and I really like it. The covers are kind of hit or miss. This one is kind of a miss for me, but I'm very interested to see where they take this moving into the second story arc. Next, we got Gideon Falls issue number 16. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads: All those little scars, the pulse-pounding conclusion to season 3 of the hottest supernatural horror story in comics. Clara is finally reunited with her missing brother, Danny, but the Laughing Man doesn't give up his accolades without a bloody battle. Now, this definitely sounds interesting. It sounds like this is finally going to be heating up, at least for my taste. It feels like it's been kind of slow-paced lately. Now, granted, I haven't read the last 2 issues, so I don't really know what's going on. But I'm very interested to see what they do with this. This will be the end of the 3rd story arc, I'm assuming. So we'll be going into another story arc, I'm going to assume. The cover, okay. Kind of too similar to the last one. I really like it better when they make each cover different. But it looks too much similar to cover 15 for me. so it's not one of my favorite covers for that reason. The red I do like, symbolizing the blood, but overall, definitely excited to see where they take this. Next, we got Man-Eaters issue number 11. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, the one where everything finally makes sense, all your narrative questions are answered, and you feel fleetingly satisfied. Now, the synopsis doesn't really give you too much away as for the story, which I actually really like that. This book doesn't really do that with the synopsis. It just kind of ambiguous as to what the story is going to be about. The cover, okay, the red is simple. Most of these covers are pretty simple. I do like how they got the Image logo tangled up in the little cat toy there. It's pretty cool looking and cute. I highly recommend this book. It's really good. So a concept that I didn't think I'd like as a guy actually ended up being very intriguing, and it's probably one of my top 5 favorite comics right now. So I definitely recommend this book. If you haven't checked it out already, definitely try to find the first trade. I think that came out a few weeks ago, but definitely check it out because I think you won't be disappointed by this book. Next, we got Middle West issue number 10. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, Abel is brought before a long-forgotten figure from his past who offers some insight into the boy's present and future. Feeling the weight of this unexpected reunion, Abel is left as he has always been most of his life, cold and alone. Now, I actually really like this cover with the face in the background and the snow and the cabin. Just really beautiful. I really like this cover. It's probably one of my favorite ones. I really suggest checking out Scotty Young as a writer. He has some of the best books out there. This one is no exception. I'm just excited to see where they take this. I am, again, a few issues behind, but I'm working on getting caught up, and it's just a great story and very excited. I think the first trade just came out, so if you haven't checked it out, definitely maybe try to pick that out, because I highly recommend this book and don't think you'll be disappointed. Next, we got Oblivion Song, issue number 18. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, in the wake of the faceless men attack, the unthinkable happens. Now, I'm very excited to hear that we're finally going to get to see the faceless men. Now, I'm going to say I am 2 issues behind, so they could have appeared already. No spoilers, please. But I am glad we finally got that. I feel like that was kind of hinted at the end of the first volume, but we never got into it. So I'm glad we're finally getting into it here. I hope, unless they've already introduced them and shown them, I just hope it's not done too late, because at this point, I'm starting to forget and care less about them. So I just hope they do it. I'm glad they're doing it now before I actually just kind of gave up on it. The cover, I actually really like the magenta background with the purple stuff. It's actually a pretty cool looking cover. This book is getting better. A little bit overrated if you want an honest opinion, but I am interested to see where they take this moving forward. And another great Robert Kirkman book. Next, we got Outer Darkness issue number 9. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, the haunted knife causes anybody who touches it to go on a murderous stab rage. Do not touch the haunted knife. Now, this sounds very interesting. I really do like this book. It's a good sci-fi story. Different than most, but keeping in line with a lot of popular sci-fi stories. Definitely check it out if you're interested in that kind of stuff. The cover for this one looks pretty cool. You got the ship, and this, I think it's like some kind of hyper drive thing. I don't really know much about that stuff, but it definitely looks cool. And the synopsis is very ambiguous, but I'm curious to see where to take this. I am, again, 2 issues behind, so don't really know what's going on, but I am curious to see what they do with this book moving forward. Next, we got Outpost Zero, issue number 12. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, citizens of the Outpost worked so hard just to stay alive, but what are they surviving for? If Aaliyah's plans work out, they might have a new future in mind. Now, I actually am interested to see where they take this. I actually really like this story. The art is a little kiddie, but I do like it. The cover, actually, I kind of like this one. It's simple with this guy sitting here. You got this shadow behind him. It looks pretty cool. I do like this book. Again, a few issues behind, but excited to see where they take this, because I think they do got a good concept here. And it's a very interesting story, even though it can look a little kiddie at times, but definitely do enjoy it and highly recommend it to anybody who might be interested into some kind of sci-fi story. Next, you got Reaver issue number 2. The synopsis for this issue reads, Hell's half-dozen suicide mission to the anvil leads them straight through through red territory, home to the many nations of skin eaters. 5 of these dangerous convicts are prepared to fight for their freedom. Which one is working on a secret agenda of their own? Now, I actually really like this book. I was about to put out my solicitations last month, but I just didn't put it here on it because I wanted to see some more stuff about it. Now, the covers have been pretty cool, like this one, and definitely love the first one. The only con I have to give this is the secret agenda thing. I feel like kind of ruined some stuff, and I also feel like depending on what they do with it, it might have been revealed and added to the story a little bit too early. But overall, definitely sound interesting for a story concept, and I'm interested to see what they do with this book. Next, we got Redneck issue number 23. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, JV is prepared to do the unthinkable to save his family. The only question is, will he live long enough to do it? Now, this is very interesting. Unfortunately, I'm 2 issues behind, so I don't really know what's going on, but still very much love this book. I really like the cover. I love how they have all these different colors here. Something different and just very cool looking. It's just a very exciting time for Redneck. It's definitely heating up. Again, feel like evil was kind of forced right now, but curious to see what to do with it, especially since I haven't read the new arc. It could be better than what I'm hoping or expecting, so definitely am thinking it could be good, but definitely love this book. And if you haven't checked it out, again, highly recommend it if you're into like vampire stuff like that. But love the cover, and this definitely sounds intriguing for the upcoming issue. Next, we got Sonata issue number 3. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, play it safe, kill 'em all. Sonata continues her journey in the Southlands where she encounters naked madmen and his imaginary lizard friend. Meanwhile, the other settlers are dealing with the havoc caused when sleeping giants wake. Now, this is probably one of my most anticipated books coming out in June. This story sounds very exciting, and I'm very interested to see what they do with it. I haven't added it to my list yet, just because I don't know what it's going to do, but it definitely sounds good, and I can't make money predictions since I haven't even read it yet and it hasn't come out yet, but definitely sounds good, and I highly recommend it to anybody out there looking for some kind of maybe like mythological story. Definitely sounds good and something you might want to be checking out when it drops in June. Last, we got Unearthed issue number 2. Now, the synopsis for this issue reads, escorted by military hard cases, a group of scientists descend into a strange cave system in hopes of unlocking the secrets of a flesh-wrapping infection, but the cave system is crawling with hideous creatures that not only twist flesh, but minds as well. Is it possible this disease is working with a ghastly purpose? Now, the cover for this, not big fan on, but okay. I haven't read the book yet, but it definitely sounds intriguing just by the first 2 synopses. And the covers are okay. Not big fans of them, but okay with them. I think this definitely has a potential to be another big story. Depending on what Image decides to do with it, it definitely looks interesting. But I'm weary because I feel like the disease thing could go in a weird way. But I'm definitely interested and intrigued by it. So yeah, guys, those are my Image Comics August 2019 solicitations. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way to miss any more future Image comics or comic content from me in general moving forward. This has been Vision here at Skybound Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.